So the first thing we're going to do is go ahead and install the latest version of Python. Now, depending what operating system you're running, sometimes it requires a certain version of Python to be installed just to be able to run. But for this course, we're going to install the latest version of whatever 3 is. Now, at the time of this recording, we're looking at Python 3.12.1, but get whatever the latest one is that's recommended for your operating system. Anything over 3.7 should do fine for this course. So go ahead, download it, install it, run through, just accept all the defaults. I'll go ahead and leave a link down below on where to go ahead and download. It's python.org. But once we have that, we want to go ahead and download Visual Studio Code. And again, that's at code.visualstudio.com. You can just Google it, you'll find it. And it should show you what version is, well, the most suitable for your operating system. In my case, I'm on Windows, so I'm going to download the Windows version. I'm going to grab the stable build. If for some reason it's not giving you the version for your operating system, we can go ahead and just take a look here. So I'm going to go ahead and download that as well and install it again, just like you would any other application. And then that is all we have to install. The only thing left now is just the setup. So the first thing I'm going to do is open up my documents folder. So here we are, my documents. I'm going to create a new folder. Now you can call this folder whatever you want, but for the sake of this course, I'm going to call it, what was it? Python Programming Essentials. I'll just call it PPE. And then I'm going to make sure that Visual Studio Code is open. As we can see here, I already have it opened over here. You might have a welcome screen here. Since I've already got the software installed, it's not there for me. But what I'll do now is I'll take that folder I've created. I'm going to come and drag it and drop it right into the big area here. It's going to ask me, hey, do you trust this folder where you're bringing it from? Yeah, I trust my own folder. So I'll move that off to the side. And we can see here that the folder is open and I'm in the folder that I created, PPE. Now yours might be on the other side. I've gone ahead and moved mine over to the right because, well, I'm just a righty guy, I guess. I'm going to bring that in. And if you can't see it, it's this first little button up here. So now that I've got that installed, I've got my folder open. I want to go and hit the extensions button down here. And the extension I'm going to look for, we only need the one for now. It's called Python. If I click it, it looks like this. Just go ahead and make sure you've installed it. You know it's installed because, well, it switches down installed after you've got it installed. That's really the only one you need to install. I also recommend going ahead and taking a look at some of the themes. There's a few ways to get to it. We can just type in theme, and this will just change the way your code looks. I always recommend going through, trying a few out. Maybe you're into Fortnite. There's a Fortnite one. There's some really cool, like Dracula, chocolate-y colored ones. The only thing I would advise is don't install too many because it will slow your system down after a while. So maybe, I don't know, keep 3 to 5 at any point in time, and you can always uninstall them after. Another way to check out the themes is go over to the filter. We can go to category and then themes. And here we go. So as we can see, I've got this one. Actually, this is the current one I'm using. And then this is just for the folders on the side. I don't have any over here, but as you start creating them, you'll have special icons. But that's all we need to install there. Again, go ahead, play around with some themes, find the ones you like, uninstall the ones you don't. But after we're done, we want to come back up to the Explorer. I'm going to right click. I'm going to create a new file. You might actually have to restart Visual Studio Code before you can create Python files and have it recognize it. So if this next step doesn't work, just go ahead and do that. Then go ahead and recreate the file. So I'll call this hello.py. And here we go. We have our line number and it shows me an empty line to go ahead and start typing stuff. So I'm going to close down this just so the only thing that's opened is my hello.py. And then all I'm going to do is type in print. Now, don't worry too much about the syntax here because we're going to be covering that in the upcoming lessons. But I just want to go ahead and run our first program just to make sure that everything is up and running now. And if it isn't, then we can just go back and, well, see where you made the mistake in the video and redo it. So we're going to use a single quote. This is the one right beside your enter key. And then I'll just say, hello world. I'm going to hit Control S or Command S, depending what operating system you're on. You could also come up to File and hit Save as well. And then once we're done, I'm just going to shrink this down just so we can see more. We see this little play button here. This is how we run our Python program. Now, once we run it, a terminal is going to open up at the bottom here. So let's run. And here we go. Here is our output. If you've got this output as well, the line above and below might be a little bit different for you. but you should somewhere in here have the hello world or whatever it is that you typed up here. If that worked, great. You've got everything installed and we're ready to move forward and start writing some code. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.